Hey everyone, we're back. Another episode, third and 20, Dynasty Stock Market. We're without Jake today, who's suspended for this episode. Really traumatic what he did to us, and it was very mean. So we're gonna keep him off. Can't comment any further on what happened, but we gave him that 1 week suspension, and he can't make any moves because of it. So no Jake for this week, but we're moving on. I don't know. I don't know where we want to kick us off, Frank. If you want to kind of display our teams and everything and what happened.
Teams are on the board.
We got negative this week, but wasn't me this time in the shocking reports here.
Yeah, I took my spot at the top again, rightfully so, the biggest mover. But I think the storyline has still got to be JT surging up the board. He got off to a huge deficit, but ever since the draft, he's been the guy who's hot. He's been making the right moves. He's up 276 again. I'm up 412. Jake only up 30. So is that even being up? Let's be real. Luna's down 4. Biggest loser, but he's only down 4. So not much moving on the bottom end. I guess if you want, we can get into the biggest movers from last week.
So the standings of all of us, I think, have remained unchanged. Frank's in first, Lunas in second, Jake in third, me in last. The Isaiah Spiller hole, really, I just kept digging it. And
yeah, that at the beginning kind of fucked it.
Yeah, that is where I'm now. But yeah, biggest movers.
We're going. Hold on, I'm trying to get this doc not terrible.
Are we talking fallers or risers first?
Yeah, we're gonna go fallers first.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm looking at this biggest fallers list. I think it's all variants. I don't think there's a single person that's really.
I dodged a bullet selling Justin Ross. I wasn't even sure if I was going to make any moves. He was the 6th biggest faller.
But is there real reason for any of this movement?
So
here?
I think Justin Ross can be explained with. I think there's just been a lot of backlash with content creators being like, how are you taking players like Tyquan Thornton, Julio Jones, other random wide receivers that were drafted on day 2 over an undrafted free agent, and I think that's kind of knocking Justin Ross down. It's still one of the top voted in the past. I don't know if it's week or month, but Dabo Sweeney said only 4 NFL teams.
I was about to say, was that this week? It was
probably 2 weeks ago.
Okay, because I was gonna say, I forgot if it was 4 or 2, but it was either 28 or 30 of the teams didn't medically clear him.
Yeah, so maybe it's still falling that way.
I think the only one to me that makes sense is Gibson, because we did get that comment either yesterday or today about the committee back thing. I don't even think that's fully priced in yet.
I forget who. Do
you think Brian Robinson rises off that?
I don't know. I just think it's more because I think the problem with Brian Robinson is that without him being the number 1 there, why is he going to go higher than he currently is? He's at 2,400-ish.
Yeah.
Why is he going to all of a sudden increase a lot more? I just don't think he increases. Maybe the confidence level is higher in him, but I don't think we really tangibly see that. I think it just more so hurts Antonio Gibson even more. The fact that the dude had, the past 2 years over 1,000 yards. Everyone's thinking he's going to be a top 10 running back this year, become the Christian McCaffrey of the Washington Commanders. And that's probably just, hey, gents, let's go buy the dip. I don't know. I'm staying away from that backfield for the most part right now.
Wait, who did you say to buy the dip on Gibson?
I'm assuming Gibson, or maybe he's just saying buy the dip.
That might just be. Well, he was talking about Trey Lance yesterday, wanting to trade for Trey Lance. John Smith in the chat. I think Drew Lock potentially. People are starting to think Baker Mayfield is going there.
I think there was also reports this week that people think Geno Smith is going to beat him out.
Oh, that too would also do that. Yeah, I mean, a lot of it does truly just look like random variants.
All right, let's go to the biggest movers or the biggest risers. Okay. I think there's been a common theme with the biggest risers last week and this week. It's a lot of these dart throwy backup rookie running backs that have been rising. Hassan Haskins is the big guy this week. Keontae Ingram, another good week. I mean, the list goes on and on. Abram Smith, Isaiah Spiller, Kevin Harris, Kennedy Brooks, Snoop Connor. Basically all of those going in the 4th round, 5th round, late 3rd round running backs increased in value.
Now Isaiah Spiller wants to go up.
I was about to say, you should have held on to him. A long-term investment.
Well, there's the Geno Smith going up too. So yeah, kind of back to your theory there, Linus.
Yeah.
The other guys, yeah, just
Trey Lance goes up 200.
Yeah, that's
I may have been a week too late on him.
Yeah. What was it? Oh, Kadarius Toney, I guess because he showed up. Is that
right? Then there was the news that he's full go. Is that a reason he goes up 200?
What is it? Brian Dable was speaking like really positively about Toney, saying like he's fully back in camp, like he's been great. He was actually someone I was considering getting this week because I think the quote came out maybe 3 days ago. So I don't know if the bump already happened or if it's going to keep going for a little bit, but I was considering him this week.
I think, yeah, other than those major ones, just some more. It wasn't like a huge week for movement. So you guys want to get into the moves now?
Yeah. So we got Jake not making any moves, sitting tight. Kind of hope that just messes him up and causes him to fall in last place because I'm tired of being in last. I could run through all my moves real quick, although I think I want to make one or two more now that I just saw the biggest fallers. So I'll start off with these and then I might come back for like 2 more moves. Okay. So quickly, I'm selling Jarvis Landry. He went down this week, and at this point, I'm like, all right, well, the result
you already
of him,
got a signing boost.
Yeah, the result of him going to the Saints must have died down now, and he's kind of just there. I don't really think he's going to change much more, unless like it turns out Michael Thomas isn't playing or something. But I'm just not betting on that. I'm also selling Tylan Wallace. I took him. I sold Justin Ross and I bought Tylan Wallace, and that ended up saving me like 300 points between the two of them. Tylan going up and Justin Ross going down, but I don't know. I don't see him going up too much higher. So I'm going to sell him. Evan Ingram, same kind of thing as Tylan Wallace. I'm going to sell Evan Ingram. Again, he's kind of in a stagnant area, and like I think he's undervalued currently, but I don't see tight ends changing a whole lot. And finally, I'm going to sell Sky Moore. I think he's probably just getting trashed a little too much with where he's going in the rookie drafts and people being like, oh, don't buy players simply off their situation. But meanwhile, I actually think Sky Moore is a receiver. But
I mean, like, yeah,
you're selling Evan Ingram, Sky Moore,
Tylan Wallace, and Jarvis.
Tylan Wallace, Jarvis Landry. Okay, so you're gonna have a hefty chunk of change here.
92.89, is that what it says?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's what's on my tracker here. Then we're gonna buy Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And if you're doing this for me on the sheet, there's a hyphen in between Edwards-Helaire, and that's how I'll pick it up.
I might be with you on CEH.
Yeah.
And real quick comment with the Sky Moore thing, because I've seen that more this week. Like, oh, don't pick him just because he went to Kansas City. He was still like a decently early second round pick.
I agree.
Like, it's like we've seen tons of second round pick receivers end up like great.
I agree, but the dynasty people, I don't.
It always sways one back to the other. Before it was swaying like too much in his favor, and then now it's like unnecessary like criticism. It's not like a 4th round pick that we're just overrating because it's the Chiefs. Like, it was a 2nd round pick, so
yeah. So then I'm buying CH, and that's kind of our discussion yesterday on the actual 3rd and 20 Dynasty podcast. You guys kind of pushed me into the favor of buying CH, just because I think like him being the lead back on Kansas City is like, I think a more likely than not outcome, and I'm willing to buy that at such a low price that it is. As like running back 28 or whatever he is.
He was like 29. I think we looked
29.
At
so I'll take CEH. Then this one feels weird because I just don't see how his situation kind of changes. But I'm gonna buy Justin Fields because he's currently quarterback 14, and I honestly probably have him ranked around quarterback 10. At this current point, I think I would rather have Justin Fields than Trevor Lawrence, and Trevor Lawrence is worth 730 points more.
Frank's reaction.
You were never a Justin Fields guy, though, so it's I was always like a.
I still think Trevor Lawrence is the QB1 from that draft class.
I think if I were to
for Dynasty,
right now, yeah. If
I'd probably have Lance
I'd say
number one.
Yeah, I'd say Lance, Fields, Lawrence.
I have Wilson ahead of Mac.
I think my order last year is still the same as this year.
Mine is definitely not, because I would have last year. I would have had it as
I might be on
Lawrence,
you with Fields over Lawrence.
Last year I would have had it as Lawrence, Fields, Lance. I think I said Zach Wilson, then Mac 5, and I think that's how I'd still have it with Zach Wilson 4, Mac 5. Maybe flip.
It's like the higher floor versus higher ceiling argument with them too.
Yeah, but my top 3, Justin Fields is both second last year and this year, but it's just Trey Lance and Trevor Lawrence swapping spots for me. Yeah, so I'm gonna buy Justin Fields.
All right.
And I currently only have 900 and something points. I'm not looking at
997.
Right, yeah, so I can't make any moves right now, but I'm gonna see if I want to buy anyone else. Sell anyone to buy.
Yeah, while you tinker over there, Mr. JT, real stonker, Mr. Stonks himself is gonna take over.
Richer.
Mr. Stonks himself.
All right. I hate selling Jameis, but I have to do it mainly just to make up space for the other moves that I want to do.
Okay.
I do think I'll come back around to buying Jameis. I just don't think he's going to see a massive price increase until we start playing games, really. So I think that he's going to be gone. And I hate doing this too, because I feel like he's almost guaranteed to gain back this 130 value. But I think I'm going to sell Trey McBride as well. Because even if he fluctuates back up once again, I really don't feel like he's a player that I want to hold coming into the season. I was just kind of riding the Trey McBride train since basically the segment started. And now that I think he's reached his max price, we're just going to see him go up and down 100 like every week. So no more ceiling to me for Trey McBride, unless Zach Ertz gets hurt or something. Then, okay, he'd go through the roof. But barring regular circumstances, don't see the ceiling anymore. I am going to be investing in, this is the one that I think Lunas is going to clown me for.
Okay.
But this is a stonks move and a half. I hope you guys know this. I'm buying Sam Darnold.
Oh, I didn't even know he was over 1,000 at this point.
Sam Darnold?
I'm buying Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold is criminally underpriced right now on Keep Trade Cut. His price is $13.61. I imagine he is the cheapest starting quarterback in this entire thing. Like, okay, maybe like Geno Smith is actually, but in terms of someone that is like 100% in line to be the starter, cheapest one, and for I think no reason. I mean, we're talking about a guy that was going for a first at some point last year, and now he's under or like at the same price as Romeo Doubs. Come on. That's just an overreaction. If he's starting day one, you can make an argument that value should be double. All right, so I'm buying him. I just think that's.
I hate that you made such a good case, because now I think I am going to have to try and sell someone else to buy the 2 players.
He's just too low. He's just too low.
Why'd you do that?
There's a bunch of other guys I want to buy. This is such a bait move. Do not do this in your dynasty leagues. But I'm gonna do it because it's the segment and I'm trying to win. I'm gonna buy Nyheim Hines. I'm gonna do it.
Oh, that was the other guy that I wanted to buy.
That was someone I was gonna get.
I'm sorry.
I was gonna get Nyheim Hines.
This is such a I hate this because I feel scummy. Right? I feel so scummy.
Did you hear?
I mean, the reality with real quick, JT. The reality with this game is we're reacting to like the little bits of news because it's kind of a dead period in the NFL right now while we wait for training camp. So like a coach's quote, like what came out about Nyheim Hines, will like have a boost for him. So I was planning. He was one of the guys I was going to get.
Yeah, I mean, did you hear me though? During the biggest fallers, I went, "Ooh, I figured out who I want to buy." That's Nyheim Hines because he's one of the biggest fallers this week, and he just had positive news come out about him. So
yeah,
I mean, we saw him go up 300 points because he got ice cream with Zach Wilson. All right, like we hear a coach saying, "Oh, you should think about drafting my running back." Like he's gonna go up. Someone put in the comments that we should do some sort of embargo thing. If we want to agree to it now, I am down to start the embargo rule and we can start off with Nyheim Hines.
I'm down to start it next week because Jake's not here, so we're embargoing.
Okay, Jake and I will start it next week. All right, we'll start it. Agreed. A virtual handshake between the lads.
On Nyheim Hines. Jake in the dust. We'll start it next week.
That's great, dude. That's great.
Perfect.
All right, I need to see. I don't have room. Is this all right if I don't have room? Like, I don't want to make columns because
yeah, we did that last week.
I don't know. You're the one who has the whole control of what gets displayed. So
yeah, that's all right. Well, fuck it. I'm just gonna add columns. I'm gonna fix it on because I'm gonna buy a player that I think has a lot of ceiling. I think someone bought him. I may have bought him a couple weeks ago, but I sold him. But I'm back on the train. That's Devin Duvernay, because I had a vision about an hour ago where I see the headline: 32 beat writers tweets out Devin Duvernay lining up as the wide receiver 2 for the Ravens.
Oh, you mean what they tweet out like every year?
Yep. And
32 beat writers is a huge
that 1300 right there, that 1300, that's going up to at least 1700, 1800 the week after that tweet. He's going up. I think it could even go up higher. I honestly believe that Devin Duvernay will be worth a late second round pick. I'm sorry, if Marquez Valdes-Scantling got up there, once you see these tweets, Devin Duvernay line up as wide receiver 2, boom, up to late second round value, just under like that 2200 mark, I think.
Okay.
So I think Devin Duvernay is someone who has a lot of ceiling, and I think 1300 right now for him is just underpriced. If I were to price him, I'd definitely do it a couple 100 points higher. So yeah, Devin Duvernay is another buy. How much do I have left? Oh, I've got 3300. I was thinking about buying Danny Gray.
Check the formula. I don't think you do. It probably isn't taking.
Oh yeah, it didn't take in Devin Duvernay. 100%. Yeah, you're right.
So you still have about like 2K.
Yeah, E13. 2052.
E15. Okay, 2052. All right. The last guy I was thinking about buying, yeah, like I said, Danny Gray. This would be like a 1 or 2 week move, just because I think he's one of those dudes, just like all the other players going in that early fourth round. Maybe it's just because of name recognition. They're just all going up. And he's had a little bit of like positive news out of camp.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of camp buzz about Danny Gray.
So I think that the keep trade cut is just a little bit late to get to Danny Gray's actual value right now, which is probably just under Romeo Doubs. So I think Danny Gray should go up another like 100 or so. So it's like a short-term investment. I'll pick up Danny Gray just to get that quick hundo. And those are my moves for this week.
Okay, so sell Winston and McBride, and then buy Darnold, Nyheim Hines, Duvernay, and Danny Gray.
Yeah, I went full on just dumpster diving this week.
You are in the dumpster here.
Yeah.
I'm going to join you on. Sorry, Linus. I'll just real quick jump back in just to get it over with. I'm selling David Bell, and then I don't want to sell David Bell, but I just think these guys are going to go up a lot more. I thought about selling Kyle Pitts, but I think Kyle
Joe Herbert. What's up, dude?
Into the 8K. Yeah. Hey Joe Herbert. So I am selling David Bell. I'm buying Darnold and Nyheim Hines, like Frank. Getting in on that.
Let's go, JT. JT, we're the biggest stonkers this past couple months for a reason, dude. We're out here.
I'm moving in on it too. Just gotta get in before the embargo happens. So gotta make sure I'm part of it. And then that leaves me with actually like a lot of points because I had basically.
Wait, who did you say you're selling?
David Bell.
Awesome, David Bell train.
I like him a lot. I wish I could have him, but I think Trey Lance is going to skyrocket. I think Kyle Pitts belongs in the top tier. So,
wait, so you bought Sam Darnold and Nyheim Hines?
Yeah, and I should have 13-12 left.
See, the thing is, I agree. Like, just looking at the prices on Keep Trade Cut and the trades that you can make, I do think that Justin Fields and Trey Lance are simply put underpriced on Keep Trade Cut. Like, I think it's just like almost at a first round pick's worth of value wrong with some of the trades that you can make for these players.
No, I agree, and especially when you see like, and I love Jalen Hurts, but Jalen Hurts is ahead of Justin Fields, and he's like right behind Trey Lance. I'm pretty sure. Or is he? Yeah, no, he's right behind Trey Lance. It's only like what 200 in value difference between them. Like in reality, if you were to trade Jalen Hurts for Trey Lance, it's not going to be like a 200-point difference.
We wanted to point it out actually was John Smith, because he was like yesterday he was saying the Mac Jones in a third for Lance. I mean, you could input Fields in there too. I don't really love Fields, but I can recognize that his consensus value is probably higher than Mac Jones in a third by a good bit. And that's apparently a fair trade. So like I started playing around a little bit more. I mean, you could just make some lopsided trades for these players.
Guys, I got a bit of an issue. Players I'm looking at, one is Duvernay, but I feel like that's following Frank a little too much. So I'm not going to get in on Duvernay.
I mean, dude, if there's anyone to follow, JT.
It's true. But, how do I make up the points that I'm behind then, though? It's kind of, you're in the driver's seat.
But JT, there's a lot of season left, man. It's all about just accruing points.
I mean, I don't think the standings right now are even going to really matter come training camp. Yeah, training camp, once like those hype report, you're going to see guys going up like now we see it's a little bit of a surprise if we see someone go up like 200. Training camp with all like those like hype trains, you're going to see guys every week go up like 300, 400, like down 250. It's going to be
but here's the thing: we want to get the points now so we can be liquid to buy all these guys until all these guys come training camp time. But I'm going to do a little crazy one here, kind of just. I don't know how to describe my thinking here, right? But we got Antonio Gibson's going to fall, right? Because Ron Rivera said running back by committee. Brian Robinson's already ranked decently high. I'm just going to get in on the J.D. McKissic train.
I was thinking about it. I was thinking about McKissic.
Astute play there, Mr. JT.
Yeah,
what's McKissic at?
1305. It's going to leave me with a bank of 7. So
McKissic is interesting.
That will be all my moves for the week. So Frank sold Jameis Winston, Trey McBride. He bought Sam Darnold, Nyheim Hines, Devin Duvernay, and Danny Gray. I sold Jarvis Landry, Tylan Wallace, Evan Ingram, Sky Moore, and David Bell. And I bought Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Justin Fields, Sam Darnold, Nyheim Hines, and J.D. McKissic. And that leaves us with Lunas. Okay.
I'm gonna sell a few guys because I have a ton of guys here.
You should just sell your whole freaking roster list. I'm being honest. Wow. You have a group of yikes players right now.
Literally in second place.
Frank is not sugarcoating.
So he's scared of me. I'm in second.
Oh yeah, I'm scared of you.
He fears me. I'm the only other guy past 30K. I'm on his ass. I'll sell Dameon Pierce, Sky Moore.
Those are like the two players I actually like on your team, by the way.
I mean, I'm gonna probably get them. I just don't see them
selling the whole team.
I just don't see over the next week it going up a lot. I will sell Tyrion Davis Price.
Stonks lose 14, sell out.
Rachaad White.
Okay, again somewhere.
I will say, Lunas does just overhaul his roster every week. It's awesome.
Well, actually, you can track who's made the most transactions, and depending on what Lunas does, I think Frank will be in the lead.
How much do I have? 13,000 right now? Okay, let me see. I'll make a couple moves and see if I want to get anyone else. I'll get in on Nyheim Hines.
So wait, you sold Dameon Pierce, Tyrion Davis Price, and Sky Moore? Did I miss someone?
And Rachaad White. I want in on Trey Lance.
Oh, welcome.
Now I'm feeling a little bit left out here.
Yeah.
Well, FOMO action.
How much do I have? 6,200. Give me Tony.
Mechie got complimented by Cooks.
That's enough for me.
Yeah, I'm holding on to Mechie this week.
Wait, who did you just buy?
Tony. Kadarius.
Yeah, I'm gonna spell this name wrong. I feel like
Kadarius.
It's how you think it would be spelled. I think.
Yeah. It's like Kadarius.
No, I fucked it. Oh, is it Kadarius?
Yeah, Kadarius.
Okay, yeah, it's Cardarius.
Okay, so I have 2,900 left. How much more do I need for CEH?
You do?
You need about 400.
I have you. Oh, you know what? I don't have that. Hold on, I didn't update your thing.
Give me 1 second. I'm looking through between a couple. Oh, fuck these! I hate these pop-ups. This is a tough decision. I'm going to go with. No, I can't take Tua. I was looking at Tua for a second. I was like,
I think Tua is a bait.
Yeah, I think so too. Actually, I'm gonna sell. What's his face? I will sell my boy. Actually, no. Let me sell Pickens.
Oh. Dude, you're selling.
Drake London is fucking expensive. 5,400. Holy crap!
So how much I have left now?
Isn't he on Jake's team?
Yeah, it's just that's.
I have 6,800. How much was what's his face? CEH.
He was.
Dude, you can afford CEH.
Yeah, you could definitely afford CEH.
No, because I want to get another player. Give me Mooney.
Oh,
okay. Now you can't.
Yeah, I'm gonna sell one more person.
We are all over. Well, you might actually beat Frank for most transactions. So
we're always trading, bro.
All right, you got 2,650 in the bank.
All right, so you need I gotta sell one of my cheap guys. I'll come back to you, Velus Jones. I'm gonna sell Velus Jones for this week. We can only keep one Bears receiver at a time.
Jake rejoices.
And then Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the last spot. Yeah.
All right.
The roster overhaul and I just think of this on the go. I didn't have any of the moves pre-made. Besides Nyheim Hines and Trey Lance. Those were two I knew I wanted to get coming in.
You're tied with Frank in transactions.
Okay.
I feel like I don't do that many transactions.
Well, there was
I think you were doing a shit ton early on.
Jalen Hurts and didn't really do much else.
Yeah, there was a week where I missed the so and I only made one move.
I mean, I guess I've consistently made a couple of transactions per week.
Because I think I've missed two of these. And then in the two where I submit my moves, I make way less whenever I just have to text them in.
Yeah, there was a week that you sold Chris Olave and bought Malik Willis. Yikes, that must have came back and hurt. And there's a different week where you sold Malik Willis and bought Jalen Hurts.
I stonked, I think, 6 points.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts. Yeah,
see, what if I didn't, though? I wouldn't have made up for the -4 this week. See?
All right, well, I think that's all I got for my moves. We don't have Jake's moves, so...
All right, pretty.
Yeah. Who do we think on Jake's team is going to be the biggest faller this week? Or this upcoming week, since he's not...
You know what I think is going to happen? After looking at some of the rookie receiver prices, I think that there might be a little bit of a movement where as we get into training camp, there's going to be some big fantasy guys in the industry be like, the rookie receivers are overrated right now. And I think that they all might see 100 or 200 point dip.
Yeah. No, I could see it. And then that's going to happen then until we get to training camp and it's like Treylon Burks looks like Megatron. All this rare, Olave looks insane. There's going to be a bunch of random shit like that happening. Training camp, this segment's going to get insane based off just the overreactions to everything.
Are you guys going to buy any rookie players to try and hold in the beginning of the season that they gain value?
It's a good question. I've got to see how training camp unfolds. When I see who's working with first team, there are a bunch of guys I still want to get before the season starts, Miles Sanders, Tanyan. I might get Lazard in the very beginning of the season. Kenny Galladay, I want to get right before the season starts. But those are guys that I'm holding off on right now because I don't see their value changing right now.
Matt Ryan getting great reviews in Indy. Alec Pierce as well. I have seen Alec Pierce's ADP is skyrocketing. I've seen him going more in the early second than anywhere else in drafts nowadays.
Who, Pierce?
Yeah, Alec Pierce.
He's still going like late second, early third in some drafts. I think his ADP should be around like a mid-second. So that's why I'm holding on to him. I think he could still go up a little bit more.
I wonder I wonder what's going to happen to Matt Ryan's price with Nick Foles coming in, if there's actually going to be any slight panic on that.
Nick Foles is there to be back.
I wouldn't, but I don't
but whenever Matt Ryan gets hurt and Nick Foles leads him on a Super Bowl run, don't be surprised.
That's true.
Because I was thinking of who I want to roster of the rookies into the
beginning of the year,
because they have a ton of upside if they play well.
I mean, like think about it. Like we think about like the Packers receiving core. I know you guys don't like him, but like if Christian Watson catches a touchdown week 1 and has like 50 yards or something, he skyrockets.
You want who I'm gonna buy right before the season? Sky Moore.
Sky Moore. I don't think that's a bad one either.
I would too.
I mean, because I think that there's a gap between, like, there's like an inherent gap between Sky Moore and all the receivers ahead of him. I think that's going to change once people start putting up numbers. And I think Sky Moore is going to have a very good early stretch in his career.
I could see it. Can you imagine if you had like Elijah Moore entering like training camp last year? He probably went up like a whole 1,000 throughout training camp. If you had Rondale Moore at the start of the season last year after like the first 2 weeks, he probably went up like way. So this is where kind of like with those early season rookie buys, situation does matter a lot. Because if it's like someone who can get on the field fast, like week 1 or 2, which isn't the case a lot of time with rookies, and they like have just one good week between those two, they skyrocket. So
I mean, Rondale is the guy that I was thinking about trying to get before the season because his values is pretty low.
Yeah.
I've been holding off on buying him because I feel like a lot of the time those second year receivers, because I mean, I don't consider Rondale Moore a face planner. I mean, he might be according to the face planner gang on Twitter, but
you don't like Rondale Moore?
No, I think he's considered a face planner. Like I think
I think that's the issue though, is that he's going to get grouped in with face planners, and generally speaking, their value is still relatively decent before the draft and the beginning of the offseason. And it kind of just tails off. And then obviously once the season starts, all hell breaks loose and it's all about production. So
yeah,
I'm just wondering with camp reports, that's going to be interesting with Rondale. It's going to be
crazy. You have to
if we get Debo Samuel handoff shit coming out of Arizona.
Yeah.
Like, is there going to be a hype train behind him?
I don't know, because we've already had so many players are going to be in next Debo Samuel like conversation already. Like, I think the reaction that probably would have happened maybe a month or 2 ago is not going to be the same reaction. I am also interested.
You know who else I was considering this week? I was considering Kyler.
I don't want to get in
because I don't know if you saw the GM. The GM was on the Pat McAfee show today, and he was like, "I still 100% expect an extension to get done this summer." And he was like,
does that really increase his value? Is that really
now? Yeah, I mean, if ice cream is increasing it, like, that's a good point. I'd assume the GM saying he's confident that a deal gets done. Because I mean, now it's like it's all those smoke quotes like that. Like smoke quotes like that won't mean anything. Like during like training camp, it's gonna all be reports. But now, while it's kind of like there's rookie OTAs and stuff like that, but like little things like that will affect the player's value.
Especially someone that's so highly valued. Like, you could move up or down 100 points.
Johnny Depp is the next Debo.
Man.
Do we have anything else? I don't really have much to add.
No, I don't really have anything else. I got my moves done. I like my squad right now. I've got a nice mix of like some high ticket guys, some dumpster guys, mid-tier guys.
I'm basically, you're either very highly rated or you're in the trash can for my team. There's no middle ground player. The only
when do you guys
middle
think Baker
ground
gets
player
traded?
is CH and Baker. I don't even know if he ever does. I think he might get released, to be honest.
Who?
Baker. Because there's just no way the Browns, who are a competing team. We could do a live trade reaction. Someone just proposed a trade to our team in the
it's probably terrible.
Yeah, I saw you decline to trade.
I mean, it was just like,
yeah, that trade was awful. Tyler Johnson and Tyler, we got 2 Tylers coming to our side for Justin Ross. Huh.
Can we just get a draft pick?
Yeah, I'd rather a draft pick, to be honest, if we're getting rid of Justin Ross.
Yeah, we'll have to think of a counter to that offer.
That's actually not.
It's not horrible.
It's not bad. I just 2 dart throws, I guess, is better than 1 dart throw. But like, is Tyler Johnson still a dart throw at this point?
I was never really a Tyler Johnson believer.
I liked him. I like all the guys at the Bucks draft. They're all like him and Darden and stuff. They're just like guys that I think are underrated. Darden. Yeah, you would.
Yeah, but the thing is, Darden to me was one of those dudes, like, you look at the stats, he's amazing, and then I watched him and I'm like, yeah, I feel like I'm just kind of getting a gadget. He's fast and I don't really get anything else.
Yeah, I can see that point. Those 2, Scotty Miller. I was
never really into any of those guys.
I mean, I'm not actively going out and trading for them. Yeah. But
I just traded 3 firsts for Scotty
I do Miller. I actually do know before the start of the regular season, we talk about guys before he's not a rookie, but I'm buying Russell Gage before week 1. Okay. I think he has a solid first couple weeks as the number 2 receiver until Godwin's back. Because I don't think Godwin is going to be back fully until like maybe week 6, week 8.
Our first ever 3rd and 20 Dynasty podcast, I said I did not like Russell Gage.
I remember that.
That was 2 years ago. And you guys clowned me, and then he ended up not being anything. So
he was okay some weeks.
I mean, hasn't his value gone up since last year?
Yeah. 2 years ago? This would have been 2 years ago.
Yeah, this was 2 years ago. This was when it was like only me, Jake, JT.
Buck's clearly not a Johnson believer. Yeah, that Bucks receiver room is weird. I mean, I feel like it's almost Brady isn't really a Johnson. Like, not that they don't like him at all. It's just he's not. How does he ever get a consistent workload without some crazy injuries? I think that's more so my issue.
Yeah.
This receiving room, if you don't have AB in this receiving room and Chris Godwin is not healthy to start the season, this is a much thinner receiving room than it was last year.
Yeah, but am I crazy for thinking I'd rather have Scotty Miller?
No, hasn't Scotty Miller, at least 2 years ago, Scotty Miller was in more than Tyler Johnson, almost definitely. I'm not sure what happened. He was
hurt a lot of last year. I think he had like a low key injury. I mean, I think the problem though is that Scotty Miller to me is a way better best ball player than he is, because he's just that classic. Like, imagine Anthony Schwartz was on the Bucks. It's like, okay, yeah, he might catch a couple long balls, but what? He's gonna get 3. Like, I feel like a ceiling case for Scotty Miller is he's getting 4 targets a game. Brady wants Julio to join. That would be fucking wild.
I have seen that. I have seen that. The most points Tyler Johnson put up in half PPR was 11. Scotty Miller put up a 19-point game against the Chargers. But
yeah, he's had like
1, 2. Scotty Miller's had 1, 2, 3, 4. He had 22 against Las Vegas. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wait, how recently was that? Maybe I'll transition Will Fuller into Julio real quick.
He is above the 1,000-point threshold now. Scotty Miller has over half a season of games better than Tyler Johnson's best game. So you're not crazy for wanting Scotty Miller over Tyler Johnson.
Yeah, but now I think I might want Julio.
When do you see that Julio quote? I'm gonna try searching on Twitter.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Is my phone's Julio being super slow Brady. Right now.
There's 1,600 tweets in the past hour about Julio Jones.
I'm not seeing any of this. Oh wait, this is 6 days ago.
Nah, then I'll probably pass.
Yeah, I haven't really seen much recently from. You guys see the 49ers thing?
What?
There's some like content creators, I guess how I describe him, who kind of like says he's a reporter for the 49ers who like got into it with what player did he get? Kinlaw?
Kittle?
No, Kinlaw.
That's great.
What happened?
I don't know, but Kinlaw was going after him. He was like, "You suck. Like, no one respects you. Like, I have bigger balls than you." Like, the whole thing. But I guess just a lot of 49ers fans don't.
Well, is he trashing Kinlaw?
I guess so. I don't know. That's what Kinlaw was saying, at least. Like, you're trashing me, blah blah. But I haven't.
Said the reporter had a little take.
Did he?
Yeah. It was on a live stream YouTube channel. Can you imagine if we just had randomly had a guest and started cursing us out?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take the bait.
I think Kadarius Toney would with me.
I'm buying Julio Jones.
I'd join him.
I know you would.
I think I can fuck this guy.
Me and my boy Seth Williams are gonna come on here and we're gonna trash you.
All right, Julio Jones bought.
Oh, okay. Did you sell anyone again, or did you just?
I sold Will Fuller. So now Will Fuller is gonna get signed, and Julio is gonna stay in purgatory.
Well, joke's on you because I got both of them. So Frank regained the lead in most.
Well, now I want to have both of them.
Most transactions. Well,
I don't know who to sell though. I like my whole team.
All right, so selling Will Fuller, buying Julio.
All right, fuck it. I'm selling Cole Kmet. No, I don't want to sell Cole Kmet.
I like a hoarder at this point.
Yeah, I just want them all. I'm literally like 10 points off from having both of them. I'm 8.
10 point.
I am 8 points off. And I want to have all my guys.
Your bank
I can't make a decision. Fuck it. I'll just stick.
Oh damn! The reporter said about Kinlaw that he was a horrible player, immature, and a bust.
Ooh.
So that's what made Kinlaw go off on him.
Those are somewhat similar words that I would use to describe Kadarius Toney. So it could happen. We could have this on this pod. All right. Well, yeah. We can't buy
Kinlaw. I think that's it from us now.
Can't buy Kinlaw, so we're just gonna have to wrap.
I'm on Team Kinlaw, dude. He had some injuries.
Yeah, I think that guy, not Kinlaw, the other guy, I think he's kind of just widely
49ers fans hate him. I've seen in the replies like 49ers fans defending Kinlaw. So yeah,
I think people just kind of don't like that other guy.
Every team has like some reporters that everyone hates because they always just look for things to criticize.
All right, well, that's gonna do it from us here.
Thanks for
tuning in.
Chat.
Joe Herbert, thanks for coming through.
We love you.
Yeah, we'll see y'all on Tuesday for the next Dynasty Pod. But thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and peace out.
Thanks, everyone.